who doesn't really care if you get doomed as long as you get the spin off. Like, yeah, you can't, do the jump, but you're okay as long as you get the spin off here. So
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I wasn't thinking that the Pango was going to be this big pick. I wondered if he was going to go for Ember. Oh, sorry, Ember's banned, actually, my bad. So yeah, Pangolier is a solid pick. Blacklist draft, a bit fragile if you can get on top of any of these targets, right? Like Ricky, Sansa, Mirana, Pangolier. If any of these gets doomed, they're easy to kill afterwards. And
100%.
Spawn, Spawn, they also have the Mars, so you can just get on top of these people.
Yeah. So I guess so far, Doom definitely going to prioritizing his ultimate just for the Pangolier before he can get his roll off. Maybe even the Silencer if, again, manages to find him before he's able to pop his ultimate and just completely remove that from the equation. We will see. Are there any, like, the Spawn team have to now pick up some counters towards the Pangolier, like the fact that Bloodseeker's still in the pool?
They go for the Drown Ranger instead.
Okay.
I was thinking they might consider going for the Grimstroke, right? I mean, you have the Grim Doom combo. Grimstroke is a fantastic against Pangolin. I was actually playing a game the other day, and I was playing Doom, and we had Pangolin on our team. We're up against the Grimstroke. I walk around. The Pangolin, every time he gets soulbind, he hits someone, he bounces back to your side. Everyone's like, all the allies just move away from the Pangolin. It's like he's not an enemy Pangolier, but he's still gonna soulbind whoever he catches, and he just stands still there. It's miserable to be Pangolier against Grimstroke.
It really
But
is.
yeah, Spawn they could consider going for that because I wouldn't mind seeing it. I don't like the Marcy support. I think the hero requires way too many levels to be effective as a support. I think that's much easier to get as a core.
Mm-hmm.
But
Well,
I mean,
if that's the case, then who would it like definitely be the Doom mid then, the Marcy into the offlane, or could they potentially play the Marcy mid to go versus the Pango?
I prefer the Doom mid actually.
Yeah.
Although the issue with that is that you have to go a bit far to get that first creep to eat. If you're that's easier to do in the offlane. But I think the Doom would have an easier time against the Pangolier. Both of them I think would go pretty well actually. Marcy with the sidekick, you get a ton of bonus damage. That could be enough to sort of get those denies against the Pangolier. Doom, you can take an Inferno Blade, just smack him every time he comes close to you.
Mm-hmm.
But Blacklist, they believe it's going to be the Marcy support.
Yeah, well, definitely seems like it. Removing the Death Prophet and Kunkka. We'll see if Spawn are, that's actually their intentions or not. Meanwhile, they themselves going to just remove away position ones, take it away the Chaos Knight. What other sort of position ones would you want to remove, considering how they have the Drow Ranger? Like
Spectre.
Spectre, yeah.
Spectre has been the go-to sort of counter towards the Drow Ranger, just because you show up right next to her. Oftentimes, though, we see the Drow Ranger just going to be able to get the Silver Edge, and she does pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think that that's going to be the case for Spawn. I don't think that Jikroy is going to be out farming Raven. It just doesn't seem likely. There's also the Slark, but Slark's damage against the Drow is decent, but it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Versus out. Yeah, Slark, I like those heroes who can just get close to the Drow Ranger, remove the marksmanship. On the other hand, no one else besides the Drow benefits from the marksmanship. Snapfire doesn't care. So they might consider just going another way, going for a sniper and outranging the Drow instead. That's also an option.
Yeah, could definitely be. Unless a big twist, right? It's going to be Snapfire Core going for the level 25 Talon, whatever it is, to get the little shredder damage and start blamming. But that is a very dangerous strat to go for, especially seeing as how now Spectre has been picked up there for Blacklist. So, that sort of Giga late game area is going to be pretty difficult to play versus. But hey, final pick now for Spawn team. Got like nearly 25 seconds to work with it in total. Are you still sure it's going to be that sort of last pick support, or do you think maybe this Spectre might make them change it? And, okay, Rival Beast.
Okay, so it does feel like it's going to be more support. We'll see in a second what they go with. I was thinking they might consider going for a Hoodwink and take the Marcy core. Just for that break would have been pretty good for them. But Spawn, they decide they don't want that. They go for the Primal Beast. I'm sure they're picking, but we haven't seen. There you go. So it's going to be the mid Primal Beast. It's going to be off lane Doom as well as the Carry Drown Ranger. So nothing crazy there. Position 4 on the Snapfire. I like that. I do think that Snapfire and Doom can do a lot of damage against the Spectre. She's going to suffer a little bit, but it's all Blacklist, man. Spectre counters Drow pretty well. I think Raven's going to be able to outfarm Jikroy. We have Tim's on the Ricky. I don't think I need to reiterate how strong he is. They do have the Mamang. Again, Mamangdaya should be able to beat Carl. You know, it's Primal Beast. You have so much more base damage thanks to his passive. It should do pretty well against the Pangolier. But after game one, I'm not like going to be like, oh yeah, he's gonna take it. I think Carl's just a slightly better player.
Yeah.
All in on Blacklist. Bet your wives, your children, your houses. It's all in on Blacklist.
Going all in on the Blacklist train, and yeah, definitely after that first game, I could see why. It all depends. I think, you know, a lot of sight is going to be on Tim's, right? See if he can do the same sort of performance on the Ricky. If he can, 100%, Blacklist will just run over them. I do kind of like the look of Sport Team's draft, though. It seems like it's got a good amount of aggression. It's got a good amount of like front line as well. I can see where they've gone, you know, where they were going with it, and yeah, I'm eager to see if they can pull it off. It will be quite interesting. One thing I will mention is that obviously the Primal Beast, yeah, will be outlasting Carl in the mids, but he shouldn't really be able to apply much pressure with like Trample, because, you know, the Pangoliers could be able to just swashbuckle away every single time. So I don't think we're going to see any crazy solo kill plays coming out there. It probably will just be a trade of farm with, yeah, Mamangdaya coming slightly ahead.
That's what I imagine as well, right? Like both of these mid laners should be just farming during the mid lane. On one side, you have Carl, who's on the Pango. He's just so mobile that's going to be hard for the Primal Beast to do much. On the other side, you have Primal Beast, who's super tanky. You know, that guy gets 4.3 strength. I think that's the highest in the game, by the way. So it's just massive strength. Like it's not enough damage for a Pango to bring him down. That's just going to be a problem for him the entire game. So it should be a farm fest, and once we hit the level 6, we can expect them to both make rotations.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the Primal Beast actually already struggles versus a Ricky, right? Because, you know, the Smoke Cloud immediately cancels your ultimate, the slow as well, so you don't get much work out of the Trample, as well as Sleeping Dart, just completely cancelling Trample as well, and the ult is... Yeah, it doesn't seem like the easiest Primal Beast game in the world. Can't do, you know, all of his shenanigans that he would normally like, but yeah, we'll see how he's able to perform on it. Seems to be that he's prioritizing these sort of tanky strength laner mids as of late. You know, Underlord into the Primal Beast, feeling, you know, pretty similar in that regard.
I like heroes who can use their health as a resource, right? You go in, you force them to use some attacks. It's not like you just run out of mana. You're like, oh, okay, can't do anything. You're like, you can use your body as well. I guess it's, you know, a play style thing, but I've always liked that sort of way. We might have a rumble the river here for this first ruin. Red already scorched earth. Is he gonna go for more?
Yeah, let's try a nice scout blast that lands onto 2, but it looks like it will just be a trade of damage. I'll take a slight beat himself, but it will look like Spawn Team grabbing 3 out of the 4 bounties to start off with. It's not too bad, but
Red.
Actually, if he's consider Red, he's taking so much damage right now. It's going to take quite a few tangos to get back up to a healthy standing.
Yeah, it's just Tim's and AU. You know, on one side you have the Glaives of Wisdom. You also have Tim's with starting off with the Orb of Venom, so that's nice and slow combined with the Blink Strike. So it is a lot of damage off on Red. It starts off with Scorched Earth level 1, which is, you know, it's no Devour. It's fine. We see it come out. You can do some harass with it, but he's just going to turn it off. It's an okay ability. It's classic for the offlane to go with that.
Yeah. It definitely seemed like he wanted to try and use it to grab a little first blood play, but unfortunately for him, there was actually too many people from Blacklist around to try and do that. So yeah, we will see how, you know, if he gets punished at all and not having that Devour level 1. Probably not. He should be fine. He should be fine.
Plus, I mean, you do need the extra movements just to run away as well, and he was like caught in a pretty tough spot, so it makes sense he's going to take it. I feel like Jikro should be able to farm bottom lane pretty decently. You know, it's Ricky Mirana. It's not the highest base damage from the Mirana. You should be able to get those last hits in. You know, it is a Drow Ranger. Start off with the double of Wraith Band, so it should be okay for spawn the bottom lane.
Yeah, definitely. Like, until there's that 50-minute mark where the Ricky start playing crazy. We're actually talking about playing crazy. Already jumping onto Jigboy, double jump in. They're constantly chasing after the Drow Ranger, and they bring her down by the tier 1 tower. I was literally just saying, yeah, they're probably fine until 15 minutes, and then I curse him. He just gets killed.
How does it happen? How does it happen? We just said he's gonna live. How does he die? Oh Lord, I don't get how that could. But all right, And look at Dilo. He's actually having to remove his own sentry ward just so that he can get those creeps to spawn in, so that he gives Red something to eat besides the creep, because you don't get anything from the lane creeps in terms of abilities, and that's always an awkward feeling. Is that blocked? I can't tell if AU blocked with his sentry ward. It looks like it's just on the edge. Do you see it?
Yeah, I think because the model has that little bit of rock next to it, it makes it look like it's over the line, but I think it's probably safe. Meanwhile, though, Delal taking a lot of BNT will eventually drop down. A couple of, a bit of permanent intelligence stolen there for AU. It's always a nice feeling.
And it's adding up, dude. Red is taking these hits like to the face, and there's nothing he can do about it. You have a slow coming out from Raven. You have an arcane curse. Look at that damage. I mean, he got 13 hits out of that. His intelligence also really took a big hit. So, bit tough for Red to go up in this lane. Has to get salved up. I think this is a half salve value as well.
Yeah, not quite the most impactful as well, but still does manage to get the job done. Oh, down.
Check out mid lane, bro.
Oh, I thought it was actually happening at the bottom. Yeah, Diet was able to do a little bit of damage there, but still Carl just doesn't really get punished too hard by it whatsoever. Currently leading in CS as well, 17-3 to the 12-3 of Diet, plus, having a couple extra creeps to come if he can secure the last stitch, which he probably will. And again, so we were saying at the start, Diet should probably lead in CS, have a good time, but it's the complete opposite. Carl just showing I guess he's just the better mid laner.
No, that's not what we said. We said that Primal Beast should be beating a Pangolier.
Yeah.
But we believe Carl's good. Let's not go there. I mean, we were very clear with what we said. We said that we expect that Carl's going to beat this, because he already did. If Ember Spirit can beat Underlord, I think that Pangolier can beat the Primal Beast.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, Jikroy?
Yeah, jumping on towards the Drow Ranger again. I mean, they see Travin's really low HP, but they were just really prioritizing the Drow Ranger, and okay, they do decide to bring down Travin's in the end, but you could show that they've got a clear objective in mind. They just want to go for the Drow Ranger and only take up the support, and it's a little consolation prize.
Even though Jikroy is keeping up with Kuko in the bottom lane, the other two lanes are heavily in favor of Blacklist. Like Carl is just crushing it in the mid lane. That's the only word we can say. Top lane is the same thing for Raven. He is having a fantastic time. Gonna go for the first item, Blade Mail. Red, he's got the ice armor. Alright, that's actually kind of a pretty good ability to have. You put it on yourself, suddenly AU can't really harass you as much as he'd like.
Oh. Yeah, it's very true. Makes it a bit more awkward. Oh, jumping in. Cookie lands on towards Raven. See how much damage they can be able to do onto the Spectre right now. But nice path in, runs towards the trees, and yeah, it does manage to disengage. But regardless, there's a good amount of damage done. But hey, all of those mangoes, we've said it before, that HP regen definitely builds up. And that's what's going to keep him nice and healthy. Meanwhile, down at the bot, looks like Tim's going to be able to get himself away there with the tricks of the trade. Nice movement.
3 seconds to the jump, though. Is he going to go for it? Tim's, no, he walks way back and he's going to be fine. But Travis, they might want to go for more. They're healing up. They use the salve, use the tango. Could they get a kill? They're so low life. I'm keeping my eye on the bomb. I'm thinking someone's going to die any second now.
Yeah. Let's see if the action can continue. See 4 kills now at 5 minutes in. Did just see another little go at Raven once again, bringing him down low, so just keeping him hard any HP. And yeah, might start to see his CS finally suffer as a result, but he's comfortably up there still, 30-8. He's having a decent time as the game progresses, but now Carl is level 6. Are you expecting an early rotation potentially up there to, make some more space for the Spectre?
I think both. Luckily for Spawn, they have a mobile here on both sides, right? You have the Snapfire Cookie who can help if Fred gets in trouble. You have the Marcy you can rebound to keep Jikroy, at least give him a huge boost of movement speed. So it's not the easiest rotation for Carl. However, I wouldn't be surprised if he does rotate and get something done for his team. He just seems very talented. And now that's a much needed kill.
That was managed to bring down Raven. They do lose Red in response, as well as Travin's also dying down at the bot lane there. So kills happening all across the board, but still just, I guess, it's a 2-for-1. But regardless, they do take down the enemy carry, which they're going to feel a bit comfortable about. And after in the mid, Diet manages to get a solo kill onto Carl.
It took a while, but Diet was like, yeah, I'm going to crush him in the lane, guys. Don't you worry. We expected it to be through CS, but he's like, no, I'm just going to kill once I'm level 6. Don't you worry. All right, well played by him, and much needed to bring down Carl a little bit. But in terms of net worth, Jikroy is the big victim so far. He is significantly behind all the cores, and Kuku is actually number one. Being able to just farm up these big creeps with the arrow does wonders for the net worth. He's actually got 3 Wraith Bands. I've seen the double Wraith Band. I don't think I've seen 3 Wraith Bands for a while. Jikroy?
So stats it. Jikroy's getting gone on.
What a jump.
Towards the bot. He will die. Traven should be able to disengage. Meanwhile, also at the top, fight happening. Both mid laners rotating on up right now. Ravens with the Blade Mail is going to give a bit of space for him to run away. Unfortunately for AU, probably not going to be the same as the Onslaught will secure the kill. Also, the Snap dying there. So the mid laners both getting a kill each in these rotations. Carl's already heading out, but actually, yeah, Mammoth hangs around, going on towards Raven right now. Spectre's in some real danger, but it doesn't look like Spawn are going to try and press for more. Maybe they're expecting another rotation to come in.
Yeah, but plus they didn't have the Scorcher. It's available right now. Is he going to go for it? He looks like he's at least going to be staying next to Raven. He's going to chase him down. A bit risky. Moonlight Shadow comes out. And Raven turns on the Blade Mail, chases after him. He's like, if you want a piece of me, I'm right here.
And then just Wiser decides to TP on out. Got no resources left. And Blacklist, for a second there, they actually had 4 people in the mid. They all then do disperse. I think they're just on the hunt for Jik right now. He's about to reveal himself into the trees. If this arrow lands, it's probably going to be a kill. There is the connection. Where is the follow-up? Jumping on in right now. Tims needs to get a jump in. And they do land it. Jikroy down again. 3 deaths in a row. I feel like this is exactly the same thing happened last game. His score was 0-3 and 0. And it's just happened twice in a row now.
It's very unfortunate. Carl goes top, by the way, but gets the ultimate off. It looks like it's not going to get them anything here. They don't actually have a point in the Doom, but Red can put it if he feels like he can get the kill. But yeah, it's very tough. They're just hunting Jikroy. Spawn on the other hand, they're holding hands with Delo as well as the other cores. But Jikroy's gonna have trouble. It's a draw range early on. The moment people jump on you, maybe you can gust them. But until you have a Hurricane Pike, your mobility is just so limited.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, already see how bad he's getting punished. It's like very, very solidly at the bottom of all the farm of the cores there. 2,500. I mean, Raven isn't too high up on the list either, but even still, 800 gold separating the two of them. 9 minutes in. And Jikroy's still desperate trying to get 6 here. Up the top, down goes Tims. Let's see what else they're going to do. RU in some real danger right now as both Red and Mammoth are on his case. Could be able to bring down a nice swashbuckle, making space now with the Rolling Thunder coming on through. Carl does get a connection on towards the Snapfire. Delol might be the sacrifice. Actually, no, they go for the high pro target of Red, who gets caught mid TP, and they're still going to be able to get the pick off there to the Snapfire as well. 2-for-1 trade coming into the favor of Blacklist.
As well as getting that 2 intelligence. Like, doesn't seem like much, but when you're playing Doom, he is not the smartest hero. Even though he is going to go for the Arcane Boots, does help a lot with his mana, but that does add up. Like, Doom is a hero that struggles with that. He's only got 1.7 mana intelligence gain. It's pretty tiny. Then they smoke up. Are they going to go for Ravens? He's got full health, and he's a Spectre with a Blade Mail and max Dispersion, so somewhat durable, and Mars is only level 5.
Yeah, like I said, maybe if Traven's was 6, they could potentially bring that kill down. Unfortunately, he's still on the 5 threshold. Just got it now as Mamadai kills the creeps, which maybe they might try and go for another play afterwards, but it doesn't look like they're going to disperse. But Jikroy, he was getting hunted up top there with the Moonlight Shadow. Travis does TPM, but they can't find anyone. Everyone disengages.
This is not the same game that we saw in game 1, by the way. Firstly, Spawn's doing a little tiny bit better. And secondly, Tims is not getting that free lane of farming that is bottom lane, though. AU, he's going to be dead.
Yeah, very nice pickup there from Mammoth. Managing to bring down the old Silencer. Dominating kill spree as well now for the Primal Beast. So he's definitely having a decent time right now. Top of net worth as well. Going in for the BKB next, and should probably get it at a decent timing. See if they can better bring down this tier 1 tower, but it looks like Blacklist, they do want to defend.
Trying to get a cookie on a creep. I love that move when you cookie a creep. And half the time, though, the creep just runs away in the other direction for some unfathomable reason. Mammoth takes a full arrow to the face. And overall, this seems like it might get a bit spicy if Spawn stays there. We already have AU showing up with Cuckoo. Is his new name really Boss Ku or still Cuckoo? Because I mean, he's always gonna be Cuckoo to me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know if it could potentially be like a nickname which just hasn't taken off. Sometimes they always have those going around. Might have to do a bit of research in that regard. See, I'm not too sure myself.
Oh, Travis. Looks like the spin's not going to come out. Doom does have Doom available. He's going to go back for the Hand of Midas. So Arcane Boots to the Hand of Midas, then he's going to go for the Aura build. I'm okay with this. It's like I don't mind if you go for the Midas as long and you go the Aura items later. But I generally find the Hand of Midas Blink BKB to be kind of greedy and not often work. And check it out. He went for the Wild Wing Ripper on Doom. That gives you the Hurricane ability. You can push people out. So you have the Cookie, the Marcy Dispose, as well as the Wild Wing Tornado to move people. It's a lot of mobility for the team.
Yeah, it definitely is. And, well, I mean, yeah, like you were saying, definitely not as bad for Spawn Team in the second game. Still just less than a 1k gold advantage, nearly 13 minutes in. And it's also not scary, you know, before they were facing an Ursa, is a carry which can get involved early on and do some real work. But a Spectre, you don't really have to worry about that until, you know, at least like 25 minutes in before she's got like an item or two. And, yeah, and then Raven can start being a real issue. So it all depends on what Spawn are going to be able to do until then.
Check out what Raven's doing, though. He's taking a triple stack of Ancients, so he is definitely getting that farm in. And we have seen the new Spectre go for the first Iron Magnum Scepter. He's already got Blades of Alacrity. What else has he got coming from? I thought he's like got an Ogre Axe or something. No, it's just a healing stuff. But yeah, I expect it to be rather active. You know, get that fast Aghanim Scepter and just join his team. That's gonna be a little bit scary. You have global presence already from the Silencer.
Yeah, and then it definitely feels like they could just get involved in every single fight, help bump up the farm quite considerably. And, I mean, already Raven is still ahead of the Drow Ranger of Jicroy. I mean, the gap has closed a tiny bit, but even still, it's just full recovery mode right now for Drow Ranger. Does not want to get involved with the team whatsoever. Just wants to sit back, hit creeps, do position one things, and, yeah, got to just focus on his own game. Definitely needs help.
Red, can he find one? Walks next to a sentry ward. And yeah, it's the boring carry roll, right? Like, what are you gonna do? Red, he's gonna walk next to you. You sees him, does not react. What a move! Like that guy's got some marbles on him. And looks like, can Red make it out? Yep.
It's close. Dude, nice leap forward there for the to get the arrow.
He knew that he was there. Like, I think he saw him when he was going, like, passing by. He just lures him all the way. Oh man, AU. Like, position 5, you know, you don't think they can do a lot of fancy stuff like that, but he just walks next to the tower. Oh, well played, well played. Red totally fell for it.
Yeah, it's good trigger discipline, you know. It's like, just good to see someone don't have to jump on it straight away. Meanwhile, though, Raven does actually end up getting caught out there from Delol as well as Mamangdaya. The Silence ultimate just come in a little bit too late, I guess, and yeah, cost Raven his life.
By the way, we were saying that, you know, it's not as bad for Spawn this game. That's true, but in terms of net worth. But we have to remember that they have a Doom with a Hand of Midas, right? So like a lot of their gold is inflated as it is, and the fact that they're less than 1,000 gold behind 15 minutes in is actually kind of a bad thing for them. Graphs agree with me saying that it's at least 75% that Blacklist is going to take it.
That is big. I mean, it is also a Spectre lineup, you know, that's going to be
that's
bumping up those odds quite a bit. Actually, talking about the Spectre, nearly gets caught there, but Traven's a bit off the mark with the old Dispose. Meanwhile, though, Rolling Thunder coming through, they got the lockdown to Mamangdaya, and that Primal Beast just vanishing right now. Actually managed to get away fair distance with the charge up to the high ground. How the hell did he survive?
He's so tanky. That's the guy. I mean, he's super tanky. He's got this is why it was such a good pick for them. I love that Mamangdaya was able to make it out of that situation. Much needed. Like, if he fell there, that whole fight could have gone really bad. And but Tim's, he's got the shard, so now we're gonna see what the Riki can do here. A lot was expanded by Blacklist for that fight. The haunt, the roll. I think they smoked into that. So this might be Spawn's opening. They still have all their ultimates available. Kiss is up in about 20 seconds.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, do you think they still just want to hunt the Spectre? I mean, already Raven has been beaten down a couple of times in a row now, so his game isn't looking, you know, as solid as it once did. Like, do you think they need to put a bit of priority towards the Pangolier perhaps instead now?
No, I think Ravens is still a big problem. I mean, killing... Oh, well, they might actually get a kill on Carl anyway. Holy moly. I mean, that's great, but I do think that the goal is to shut down Raven if you can. He's the one who's going to be carrying them to victory. The rest of the team, not much damage, you know. It's a Cormorant who's going for Greaves. Pango can do a lot of damage. He does have the shard, but Oh.
It looks like Raven's just dead as well. Really nice moves. I guess we were talking about whether we have to go for the Pangolier or the Spectre.
Get them
Spawn
both.
team were like, yeah, just kill both. Why the hell not? Just, yeah. Get everything you possibly can, but Tim's on the hunt here. Arrow, dart set up. Red, he's like, the arrow's coming in, I'm going to block it for you, buddy, but the neutral actually does it for him instead, but still Jicro's in some real danger. He's just so damn slow. He can't get himself away. Red trying his absolute best to like throw his body in the way, but it just made no difference. And Blacklist respond by getting a double kill of their own.
Yeah, they were like, we lose Carl and Raven, well, we're gonna make sure you guys suffer as well by getting 2 kills of our own. Travis in the mid lane is gonna be able to make it out. Nice jump away.
He does manage to disengage. Should be fine, unless Mamadai wants to keep chase. He's got to be careful though, because there's quite a few members in the area. Sleepy Dart's going to be the setup, but lucky for him, there is no Mirana to go for an arrow follow-up. Looks like he should be able to just disengage. Instead, they are poking and prodding on towards the old Primal Beast right now. It's a fair amount of damage. Still, just here, pokes. Finally, the BKB gets forced out, but it's purely defensive. He has to just sort of run away right now. But even still, Blacklist are here, thinking about trying to press for more. Well, Mamadai is out, and I don't think they're going to be able to find him. Instead, potentially going to find Delol. Ooh, Swashbuckle again, nearly gets the connection on towards the snap. But still, just barely a couple of pixels in it.
AU shows himself, and he's gonna suffer for his insolence. They don't get the courier on the way out, but maybe they can find Tim's. Are they gonna go for Kuku? Yes, they are.
Yeah, that's a really nice target to find. Bring down 2. You could see just how desperate Blacklist were there to try and find a kill. Like, every single time they got a glimpse of one hero, they're like, go for them. No, okay, it's another one. Go for them, go for them. They were just running backwards and forwards. They split themselves up quite a lot as a result. And yeah, very nice way for Spawn team to capitalize on that. Take down 2. And should also be this tier 1 fallen.
And Raven, and I read he's got the Guardian Greaves, which is a really effective item in this game. You're up against heroes that don't do a whole ton of damage, so having the Guardian Greaves really helps out your team. And we're not seeing the Rubik impact, sorry, the Ricky impact that we saw in game 1, right? We saw the map just getting closed off. Ricky Tim's was able to do what he wants, but in this game, there's a fair bit of sentries and Spawn. You know, they're like, yeah, as long as we hold hands, play as 5, there's really nothing Tims can do for us. So a great adjustment by them.
Yeah, it really is. Doing fantastic well. Roshan's getting low, but here is the response coming in from Blacklist. Here they can react in time. It looks like they might be able to get into the pitch, try and snatch it and see who's good on the floor. But Jikro is still able to pick that up. Mamadai was there making the space, even getting the kill onto Tims. But Carl still pressuring him for more right now. The Rolling Thunder does end. He gets caught from the silence. He is going to be caught. There is going to be the silence over right now, which forces Spawn to try and, you know, has to put a bit of pressure on the brakes, but even still going in for more. Spectral Horn, try to bring down Red, super low on the Doom, but still he will survive. Instead of jump forwards from Travins. Connection to AU, but regardless, it looks like Spawn team are just sort of running out of fuel in the tank there. We'll finally have to disengage.
I love Babajai just charging into to get that haste run on himself. And another very successful move by Spawn. They get the Aegis, they bring down Carl, all 3 of their cores on the top of net worth, and it's looking really good for them. Guardian Greaves is finished on Kuku, and this damage from Spawn's also, I would say, it doesn't have the same issues as Blacklist, but it's also a situation where you might see people walking out with low health to LOL. Yeah, arrow comes up.
It feels like it's been a long time since they've been able to get the Sleepy Dart arrow set up. Like, finally they are able to do it, but unfortunately, it's just onto a support. Not quite the high priority target they would like.
By the way, AU actually walked out to farm creeps rather than go for the 2 intelligence. I would never do that. Oh, check it out, another one.
Another one, just back to back. Here comes Mamadai, though, trying to make the space, just charges straight towards the Mirana, and will force Blacklist to fall back for now. Red though, still charging in. Nice Gus pulling back AU into his weight in arms, so it's going to be the Moonlight Shadow to make space. And able to disengage. Oh, Travis, perfect jump forwards there. Lands on towards the Silencer. Arrow trying to make the space, but the Silencer will still fall. And now the Doom just gets committed on towards Kuku. Why the hell not? But Raven actually now getting involved. He sees a very low Travis. He's going to be able to find that kill. He's got to be careful himself because Mamadai on top of the Spectre. Raven bit off way more than he could chew. He will still die. Even Ku dropping down. And Tims is going to be the final +1 potentially. He's trying his best to get himself out of there. Nice leap to the low ground. And Mamadai is like, get your ass back here, boy. Takes him out with the onslaught. 4 people down for Spawn team.
Yeah, I like what you're saying, right? He just grabbed him from the ass and killed him right there. Mamadai He's like, listen, you little snitch over there, you ruined our game 1, and Tim's definitely suffering in this game. The stronger laning phase from Spawn opened up the map, and suddenly Tim's does not have what he had in the previous game. And the Snapfire as well is a great save for them. Especially, and they're keeping the Hurricane on Doom, so Stone have as many options as they can to move people around. And he's going for the Loadstorm after as well. I believe that dispels the Sleeping Dart. Yes, it does. So once you get that, it's either jump on red or... Well, here they go. They just jump on red.
Yeah, go straight on top of it. Why not? Getting all the spell connections, rolling Thunder for good measure. Down goes the Doom. Actually, they're not even done yet. Still going for more. Mammothai has also been caught. Arrow lands. It's going to be a dead Primal Beast. Warp's Kiss is raining in, but can't really do too much. Slow also gets stunned. And he's just going to be the third casualty there. Quick play coming out from Blacklist. Getting those 3 kills. And again, should be able to take down this tier 1.
Huge victory for them, taking down the 2 richest enemies. I actually no, sorry, it was the Doom as well as Mammothai, but still, Jikroy, he's farming. That's a big win for Blacklist and opening up the map. What you talked about, right? You need to open up the map to have the impact that you need. What's Jikroy going to go for? Does he have the Silver Edge? No, he's got BKB Hurricane Pike, not rushing the Shard, which we see some Drow Rangers go for. And oh, can he get the Sleeping Dart in time? He does.
That's a dead Jikroy for sure. Arrow easily lands.
Double dead, actually.
Oh yeah. I mean, there is a couple of people starting to come over here for Spawn Team, but I don't think they're going to get her in time. But actually, never mind. The BKB was activate there from Jikroy. Maybe I'll stand their ground for now. Global Silence, though, does just sort of hold Spawn Team back for now. And Blacklist, you know, they'll take that for the victory it is. They get rid of the Aegis. And they don't lose anything else. Remember, the fight potentially still come Mammothai charges, but it does miss there from Carl disengaging at the right time. And the Rolling Thunder committed. See who they're able to get on top of. Olma gets connected from the Spectre, trying to go on top of the Drow. Obviously, no BKB this time. She's in some real danger. The rest of the team is trying to make space for her as best they possibly can. Out comes the Pulverize, but it doesn't matter. Jikroy is just too damn squishy. He will die. Delol also drop it down. Let's see what Spawn Team can be able to get out in response. They actually get the deny on towards Raven there. Their only kill gets snatched away from them. And Mammothai are trying to run away, but he's just too damn slow. And it's a full 5-man wipe coming on out there for Blacklist.
I mean, like I said, they got the kill on Raven, but it was, oh man, so unfortunate. And I didn't think that they would actually go for it, but Carl, he was like, yeah, we can go for this fight. Even though they had the Mortimer's Kisses, it's really hard to use Snapfire in this situation, right? Whenever Ravens press R on the Snapfire, you're like, do I ulti? Do I move around? You kind of, this has been always a problem with Snapfire. You kind of want to ulti, but you also want to be able to use your cookie and a Scatter Blast at the same time. So that's a tough situation to be in right now. Jikroy also, his BKB was down, so you just get a kill on him. And Blacklist back to controlling the game, back to having the nearly... Look, do you see the graph just now dropping? How much?
Well, there's a steep old decline going straight down into nothing. And yeah, 87 win % probability now into the hands of Blacklist. That's a very, very comfortable position to be in. It was looking really good though for Spawn Team at one point. Another pick off here. Delol cannot get himself out of this one. And right, now Tim's is starting to do again what he did in game number 1. They're getting, you know, kill after kill after kill. Just with these Sleeping Dart setups. It was looking pretty rocky like at around the 50-minute mark, but still getting work done. But we're getting work done. Mammothai getting control up from the Rolling Thunder right now. Arrow Dart is going to be there, but the BKB from Mammothai is going to be able to turn it around. He's going to get on top of Carl, but the Global Silence immediately puts a cancel towards the Pulverize. Now they're into real danger right now. Mammothai's trying to get himself out. He's just so damn slow from the Diffusal Blade as well. A couple more probes, and eventually the Primal will die. And Red, unfortunately, he was just sort of running around in circles, and all he ended up doing was dying as well.
I mean, right now we can see Red. I don't know if he's got a Loadstorm. He's got the components for it. And, oh, dude, Travis at the top lane. It's everywhere. It's an epidemic right now. That this Tim going around the map looks like Mammothai did not squash him hard enough when he got his hands on him. And you might thinking, all right, well, could they take it in team fights? It's hard to say. I mean, Jikroy is farmed, but he's barely ahead of Ravens, and it is a bad matchup. The Spectre should have a decent time against the Drow Ranger. Drow Ranger still quite far from the Silver Edge as well.
There's still a lot more components to pick up yet, and I guess it all depends whether the spawn team can actually weather the storm until then, but it looks like Jigroy has been caught once more. Cookie trying to make him dodge the arrow, but instead he just throws them deeper into the waiting arms of Blacklist. Even Delol now in some danger.
Oh,
another 2 easy peasy kills there for Blacklist, and okay, this game is really starting to spiral out of control right now. 6,000 gold lead is there for Blacklist. Not the largest lead we've seen, but in terms of momentum, it's definitely looking like it's all them.
One
and
more.
It's another setup there from the Sleeping Dart. God damn it, man, this skill is too damn stupid. Now even Mamadar getting pressured by the tier 3, has to actually pop the BKB defensively, as well as the nice use of the old Acceptor trying to make some space, but regardless, just has to run away, and Travins unfortunately gets caught quite far outside the base. Easy arrow connection, and it's just another casualty there for Spawn team.
It's gonna. I mean, it feels like Spawn. They won't be able to take too much more of this. You know, we saw them GG out before the first racks fell in the first game. Feels like they're also recognizing they're like, listen, this is not fun. Our chances of winning this don't look very good at all. Top lane, Mamang Daya. He might charge in, reveal himself. We have Tim's in the area. Dyer, they use a scan. I'm pretty sure he walked past the scan. And we'll see if Mamang Daya is going to show himself. He's got 3 seconds to TP. Will he walk out? I just TP's home. Yep.
Yeah.
Just decides to play it safe.
Going back to the mid. Looks like maybe they might be set up for a smoke right now. Jigroy feeling like maybe he just has to start getting involved. Obviously, still needs a bit more farm, but he's starting to fall behind again. He was pretty much at the top of net worth, but been replaced by the Pangolier. Who, yeah, Carl is hugely at the top right now. This Pangolier's having a fantastic time.
One nice thing is that they do have break on spawn, right? Thanks to the Agam Scepter on Primal Beast, your uproar does give you a bunch of breaks, which helps you bring down the Raven Spectre. Ready? They use an interesting scan. They find no one there. Will they be able to make it to Roche in time? Looks like Blacklist isn't even that committed to it, but
yeah,
both teams might need to consider.
Well, they are coming up now. This 5-man smoke. See what they find. There is obviously much superior vision here for Blacklist. 2 observer wards on the high ground where Spawn team have absolutely nothing. Gonna have to take control of that as quickly as possible. Their obs just get spotted out. So they know this is happening. There is going to be the Spectre of it. Immediately uses to break the smokes. Going in there from Carl there with the Rolling Thunder. Trying to focus on Mamadar. He can't even complete the charge. Gets cancelled immediately. He just can't get anything off. Control to the end of Cookie. Makes some space. It allows him to actually pop the BKB. Potential turn around. There is going to be the glow, but it doesn't matter. They found the kill onto Carl. This is already a decent start here for Spawn team. The Sleeping Dart though, gonna land the arrow. Should be a dead doom unless, again, another 4-star pushed him out, but it doesn't matter, he cannot survive. Ends up being a 1-for-1 trade. It looks like Blacklist are not interested in falling back. They want to try and go forward if they can. Arrow, the dart again, another set for Chick. Well, he's actually able to pop the BKB that time. I mean, the sleep got broken. Now he can potentially turn around, going for the TP out. Can he complete it? He will. Oh yeah, yeah, a little bit of a mess up there for Blacklist. Oh, actually,
Travins?
Never mind. Yeah, okay, really, you thought about it, but he changed his mind.
Yes, yeah, I thought Jiko was gone for sure, but somehow the sleep got cut in time, and he just BKB making it out safety. Lucky for him. However, Roche is still on the mid. If Blacklist want to go for it, they still have good vision around the area. Will they consider it or not? They spawn out the DD ruin as well. I'm pretty sure Tim's walked next to it. By the way,
faster. Yeah, go on.
Travis is going to be getting close to that core value on the Mars. He's very close to the BKB, about 50 gold away. This camp should give it to him. And he's got nothing else, by the way. It's Phase Boots BKB. He does have an Iron Badge in the backpack for some reason. You know, I guess it was kind of like, I'm not going to equip this. I don't really get that what it means, but okay.
It's the beam in Iron Branch, that's what it's all about. You know, that Iron play a big part later on into the game, just you see, you know. He'll put that tree down and allow him to take a fight. Somehow. I don't know how. Don't ask me how, but it'll happen. You are though?
Yeah.
3-man.
No, I just love how he's just committed. He's like, no, I'm just gonna keep it in my backpack. I'm not gonna use it. Oh, another sleeping dart. Arrow might be too late. Oh, actually cookies him into it!
Yeah, and he just throws him in! Delol, he did this before, like threw in his Drow Ranger. Now he throws in the Doom as well. It's like a desperate attempt to try and make the arrow miss, but just really nice position there from Ku to deny that arrow coming through again. Not quite going to connect this time though.
Oh, by the way, he has the purge creep on red to remove the sleeping dog. But, oh man, he would have woken up in time. The little special agent, Blacklist International. They sent in one of their spies, and Delul's been like, "Whoopsie, sorry guys, another cookie into arrow. Who could have known?" But to be fair, if it was coming from any other direction than that, it would have been the right play.
Yeah, definitely. It was sort of like a gamble there. They didn't have the vision to actually know the position of Ku, and yeah, it's one of those situations where if he cookies and it makes the arrow miss, you could say it's amazing, or he cookies him into it and you say it's bad. It's one of the two.
Then the 2000 MMR casters start flaming the guy. Poor, it's like, come on.
Yeah.
Oh, check out Cuckoo. I mean, I saw this before, but I mean, I saw the spell effect, but he's got Dig on level 3. Oh, he's definitely miming. He's definitely having fun.
Yeah, 100%. There's, just to add some insult to injury there on these sort of sleeping dart into arrow connections, and another dart is there, but shouldn't be an arrow connection unless Travis walks into it.
Oh!
He will. He just gets caught immediately. There's a charge from Mamadai trying to make the space, going on towards the Spectre, but they just disengage immediately. BKB already been forced out from the Primal, so it's a minor
arrow.
And then a dart set up onto Jikroy. Is there much follow-up? Instead, Travis is going to offer up his life, potentially to make some space with the BKB. But even still, Blacklist just disengaged. Never mind, actually, the Pangolier is in, trying to get the roll connection on towards red. Control up the Doom. Do they have the follow-up damage just to burst him down? Arrow is there. But he's in the safety of his base, so doesn't really want to pursue for more. But Jikroy, though, just charged out with these right clicks. Mamadai also coming in. Morma's Kisses. It's going to be able to secure the kill onto Carl. Tibbs also dropping. Global comes out, but it's too late to make any difference. Spawn team bouncing back hard.
Big Blacklist forced that a lot. I mean, they have these low commitment abilities, right? With the Sleeping Dart, the Arrow, the Shadow Step. But once they're in the fight, they was like a little bit too far in. They already used their low commitment spell. They're like, we gotta get something out of this. And Spawn fought back really well. So good job for them. It's still, big lead by Blacklist. They still have the Aegis for about 2 minutes. So it's not something that Spawn can be comfortable with. But the map opens up and they can get something going for them.
Yeah,
Surprised there's no gym coming out from Delol. He does have the money for it. Might wanna get it for his team. They definitely need the gym.
Yeah, just not only to find the Ricky and the Mirana when they use the ult, but just getting this vision advantage is going to be extremely useful to help try and turn this game around for him. And even though they took that win, you can see on the graph like it didn't really change that much. They went from a 2% win probability to 6%. So they effectively tripled their odds.
Why do you say it like that? It sounds so mean, It's like they got 6%. They had 2. They have 6%. Yeah, but it's tough, right? You're the team with the Doom, and you're behind by net worth significantly. It's a tough situation to be in for sure. I'm interested to see what Dillo's going to use his money for. He's got a 4 staff. He's got 2,000 gold in the bank on the Snapfire. He doesn't have a gym, right? Silver Edge is finished up on Jikroy, so now they have another source of break. Not as necessary as I thought it would be, because I did forget that the Aghanim Scepter on the Primal Beast gives you another form of break.
Yeah,
well, that is.
I suppose you can never have too many sources of break versus a Spectre, right? The more the merrier.
Yeah.
And yeah, it feels like now they've sort of got the tools to try and deal with what Blacklist is able to do. Because in that last fight, I thought Blacklist were playing it really well. Like, they poked in, forced a BKB, went out, poked again, forced another BKB, disengaged, but Spawn team just had really good game sense, managed to get the pickoffs regardless, and yeah, it was a big win. But even still, 8k gold advantage into the hands of Blacklist. Still have the Aegis for the Spectre. Actually, never mind, it's literally timing out right now. So that is now gone.
Suddenly taking a fight might be something where you're like, do we really want to do it? Well, if they could get a pick off with someone starting with Tims, that would be great for them. But yeah, it's not as easy as would have been before with the Aegis. However, Tims, is he gonna come across anyone?
Oh,
well, he's got the gym himself. He might find red.
He just stole it away. That is so unfortunate. Like, you were literally just saying, like, yeah, they need this gem. They buy one, and Tim's is just in the right place at the right time and just snatches it away from their hands. That's a real brutal play.
It's almost a 2,000 gold net worth swing in Tim's favor. I mean, it's actually more than that because he gets the kill on the courier, but just the gym by itself is massive. And red should be fine.
Travens just gets easily picked off there from Raven as well. Jikroy, though, he's really out of position right now. He's by the tier 2 all on its own. He's able to pop the BKB with the Gust. His TP, though, got cancelled. Oh, no. I just was in the wrong place at the wrong time. That is very, very bad.
It's been the story of Jikroy in the series, honestly. Like, it feels like a lot of times we look at him and he just seems to be not respecting the fact that Ricky and Spectre can find him at any moment. AU, look at what he's got. He's got 2 Wraith Bands for massive armor. He's got the Hurricane Pike, and he's got Enchanted Quiver just because he's like, I can hit people.
Yeah. So the bot, another Sleeper Dart set up into the arrow onto Mamadai. Managed to pop the BKB for now, though. Wants to go on top of the Spectre. He's doing a lot of damage, actually, with the Morbus Kisses also raining in. See if they can bring them down, but the Global Silence will make the space for them to disengage. Instead, another poke in. They bring down the Primal Beast. Can they find any more, though? Doesn't look like it. But even still, it's a nice little victory there for Blacklist. He's just going in. Alright, first stun on towards Red. Wants to control up the Doom. Quick burst damage there with the Swashbuckle. Cookie, unfortunately, not making any difference. Travins also jumping in quite aggressively. Just takes a Dagon to the face. And just like that, 4 people in the dirt from spawn. This could potentially be a full set of barracks going down right now.
And AU's got 36 stolen intelligence, so he is pretty damn hard with those ranged attacks. I just love that they decided to give him the Enchanted Quiver, not Cuckoo's Mirror. They're like, no, Cuckoo. You just keep Dagoning as much as you want, you know? We'll have AU do the real physical damage. He's dishing out a fair amount.
He actually is. It's sort of like the dream of a support silencer to get all these like stats stacked up, and you feel like, wow, I can actually do some work. Yeah, definitely got to pay respects to that guy.
You'll be like, oh, I'm glad I got Power Tress. Oh dear, Jikroy.
He takes a lot of beat right there. Does manage to pop the BKB, even hitting into Carl, just forcing the Pangolier away. Even still, it's a full set of barracks cleared up, and they're just gonna back on out. Roshan number 3, just over a minute away, so not long to wait.
Yeah, AU is like, guys, yeah, no, I brought down the Raxes, don't you worry. You know, I did. Oh, he's going for a Moon Shard on Silencer? No way. Oh, dude. He's not even going for like. He's not even going for like an Aghanim Scepter, which Aghanim Shard, which I understand, like gives you that, like that one makes sense. He's going for the Moon Shard. That's just straight up mean.
Carl? That's what you do. You're having a good time. Well, little fight. Ricky Morrow steps well out of position, annihilated in a second, but never mind. The response is coming in from the rest of Blacklist, doing a lot of work. Jikroy is just dead like that. Red quickly follows him, and now it's all about the disengage here for Spawn. Travis tried to go for the TP, but the Abyssal Blade stops him. Even DeLol getting caught. And Spawn Team, they just tap out. GG is called. And that is Blacklist International taking this series 2-0.
Again, it was a much better start for Spawn, right? Like for the first 20 minutes, it looked like, okay, it looks like to go either way. But yeah, at some point, just the same thing happened, right? One too many pickoffs, one guy got a little bit out of position. Suddenly the sleeping darts come out. Jikroy got caught quite a bit in this game, and he really suffered. Mamadai had overall a decent series, you know. Game 2, 11-4-6 on the losing side. Yeah. But it's just not enough. It feels like the rest of the team was just unable to play against what they were against the Ricky pick.
Yeah, 100%. It's so much work finding continuous kills, and really was the bane of Jikroy's life. Finding him again and again. The Drow could not get any. There was at one point where Jikroy was, I think he was actually top of net worth, but he was there for about a minute or two. Blacklist took a fantastic fight, and all of a sudden Jikroy's back down the list by 4 or 5 positions, stuff like that. And yeah, just really, really, really good team plays coming out from Blacklist, knowing exactly what they need to do, who to shut down, and yeah, coming out on top quite convincingly.
I mean, it's not like they just beat them, right? But they beat them with Dagon Mirana. They beat them with a Moon Shard on a Silencer position 5. It's like they beat them with style, you know. So you can never look at Blacklist and be like, yeah, they're either having a really good day, or they're just a slightly better team where they can sort of get away with stuff that I don't think they would be able to do against an evenly matched team, to say the least.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, Blacklist, just very, very nice way to start off this tournament, showing obviously that was their first match, and they clear up pretty easily. And that is them now going forward in the upper brackets to play versus Zerja next. And
Yep.
Spawn Team dropping down, and I believe it's to play versus Fnatic there for the lower brackets.
Ooh, well, that'll be a spicy one, won't it? You know, it could be Fnatic Swan Song, or it could be a little bit more time in the Dota's 2 seed. So that'll be a hard one to go with. You know, who do you support? Do you support Swan or do you support Fnatic in that situation?
Well, I think traditionally I've always really liked Fnatic. They've always like been a team which is able to do tons of work. But whether if this is the Fnatic of old, that's a completely different story. You know, rosters changes the entire team with it, really. So who knows? You know, it could really go either way, like you were saying. And Dota, there is no guarantees. Even if one team is, you know, the superior one, there can be upsets, which is
Yep.
which is always entertaining. But yeah, I think that series, it kind of went how we were expecting it, though, right?
I mean, yeah, we talked about. I was telling you, I think this might be a couple of 2-0s today. I do think that Blacklist beats Spawn, and I do think Polaris is gonna take down Boom as well. But we'll find out, right? Like, I don't think that match. I think this one's more one-sided than the second series. I think the second series is gonna be closer. I would be surprised if Boom takes it, but I'm leaning towards Polaris somewhat heavily in our second series of the day.
Yeah. Well, we will see if that is going to be true, as that series will be coming up in about 15 minutes, guys. So, you know, you've got a little bit of a longer break, get some snacks or something, get nice and comfortable, because we do have more Dota for you. Sorry, we've got more Dota for you to come.